home always comes first. When you're exchanging notes at such a platform, at such a level, that's when you try to initiate and bring in what you think could come in and benefit our country, our continent in the near future. So it is such a great honor and opportunity that I was given that blessed position at the CEC. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I don't have much to say. I think action speaks better than words, and I think for the time that we've been in office, I take the opportunity to thank my board members, Mr. Kaheru, Paul. All know that what he's been able to do for in the last 4 years, taking charge of all our tournaments. These are the guys behind, decision making, whatever you've been saying, the organization and everything. Ketan and the other board members that are not here, and also take this opportunity to thank CEO and your team. I don't know how often, how many times we fought, but at least I want to assure you that nothing good ever comes easily. So I'm so proud, and on my behalf and on behalf of the board, I once again want to thank all of you, and I think for Uganda cricket, the sky is the limit. Thank you so much. This was a small tactic. Whenever I have my fellow journalists with me here in the room, I would really like them to get as much information as possible. So that when you go out there on your outlets, you don't say Karavadra was unveiled as the cricket coach. There's a man who's been taking charge of the girls. He's in the building. He's the tour manager for Uganda, Mr. Davis Turinawe. He was also in charge of the men before Atlanta came to town. He's been doing the same before Karavadra came. Davis Turinawe, please give us a brief. Even Suraj would like to know. What did you tell him? Or the guys are interested in knowing. What did you tell him about the girls? What should he expect? Because of the press, I was also interested in knowing as well.
Fire by ambush.
I'll start. Thanks, Innocent, for that rather good ambush, but I'll take it for the chief. Suraj, what you're about to undertake is not a mountain of a task. The girls are ready, the girls are well drilled. We had a chat early this morning, I think, because a bit of my opinion about them. Had a chat with them yesterday, with a bit of opinion about what they expect of you, what they expect of the association. So at the end of the day, it's that, right? They want to get there, they want to make it there again. They've been there before. This time they want to get there and make it even better. Other than that, I think you're definitely hitting the ground running. Today would be a good day to start. I'm not sure how you feel. I don't know if you have your Superman tweet of other league. But yes, I'm sure they'll be looking forward to this team.
Thank you. Like he says, it's not a mountain now. So you don't have a mountain to climb, but some hills are very steep. So I will tell you, I've worked with the guys in a certain role before, and our guys are very passionate. They'll give you a run for your money. They'll make you earn each and every dollar that you say will be paying you. It's your moment to speak. We hear you have Ugandan roots. Tell us how Ugandan you are, and also go on and tell us how wherever you've been all over the world, what have you seen? How many teams have you coached? How many trophies have you won? And what did you do as a player? The guys are interested because they're very passionate about cricket, and cricket has been scaling the heights of this number. These guys will take us to the back pages and will give us the headlines.
Brilliant. First of all, thank you, Innocent. Thank you for that. I'm very humbled to be here today. And thank you to everyone that's here. I'm very proud, like the gentleman to my right had mentioned, that I am now back within in the grounds of Uganda. So, yeah, some of you may know that I do have a history here, which goes way back to the start of the 1900s, where my great-grandfather resided in East Africa, predominantly in Kenya, and then moving to Uganda and Tanzania. My father was actually born in Jinja, so a very sort of proud moment for him that I'm going back and giving something back to the country where he grew up. He in fact did come and visit the country 4 years ago, after leaving the country, I believe in 1969-70, and he was mind blown. You know, it was such a great experience for him, going back to, you know, places where he was growing up and where he was born. And so I do have a little bit of an idea of what Uganda is going to bring for me as a country. Yeah, I've been speaking to a lot of people the last couple of days. This is only my second day within the country. We do still sort of speak Swahili at home. So we still do sort of have a little bit incorporated into our sort of mother tongue of Gujarati. And it does make people smile when I tell them Jambo Baragani to them. So it does give them a little bit of a joke and a laugh. But yeah, so I think for me it's a great opportunity, and obviously to thank everyone that's here for giving me this opportunity to sort of work with the Lady Cranes. And it's definitely not a sort of a challenge which I'm afraid of. I'm definitely sort of going to be hitting the ground running, and a lot of people have mentioned to me that, you know, it's a big challenge, you know, there's a heap of work that needs to be done, but not something which I'm afraid of and will sheer away from. So definitely something which I will go full-heartedly and with my 150% to it. So yeah, I think going forward to my sort of coaching career, where I've coached, I started my coaching career in England with a county called Nottinghamshire. Again, was a big dream to sort of go and coach at Trent Bridge International Stadium. I also studied sports science and coaching as well, so, you know, I've got the coaching element of my background to sort of go with it. And then sort of fast forward almost 10 years, I was given an opportunity to sort of go out to the UAE and work for the ICC Academy, which completely changed my outlook and view of coaching at the elite level, and obviously being involved with the UAE cricket team as well. So very, very grateful for them to be where I am now. I've also sort of coached in India. The region that I'm from is Gujarat, in particular a very famous city of Porbandar, which is the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi. You know, having sort of my family also being there and growing up there, you know, again for me it was to sort of give back to the country and to the region. So yeah, I've got a lot of experience behind me, a range of ages and genders, you know, but within the last sort of 5-6 years I've predominantly been focusing on I guess that's not good luck. Yeah, so I've sort of focused mainly on elite female cricket within the last sort of 4 to 5 years. So that's where my passion is. My passion is always to sort of push women's cricket to the highest level wherever I am, and to really get them on a stage where they can be showcased as well. So, and it's very reassuring that that the association, the previous coaches have managed to get, you know, the Lady Cranes to a position of 14 in the past, and definitely it's on the top of my mind to get them back to that level for sure within the time that I'm here. So I'm looking forward to working with everyone, with the big man over there as well. So trying to rub shoulders with some great cricketers and some great coaches, and just to really get a feel of what the culture is like, and how I can sort of build upon it. But for me, it's more a long-term process. You know, it's about structure. It's about implementing this structure and a process where, you know, in the future we can be an unbelievable team. You know, we can be, you know, one of the best teams within the African region, and possibly within the association world. That is my ultimate goal for the Ugandan, you know, the Lady Cranes. obviously, we've got many things that are coming up. You know, we've got the series in Rwanda. We've got the Victoria Cup, I believe we have as well, and obviously the qualifiers. So we've got a lot of cricket happening very, very quickly. So I do have to go and hit the ground very, very hard. But yeah, it'll be great. You know, the small wins are always very, very beneficial. But like I said, it's about the long-term goal. Where do we see ourselves in the future, and work towards that, I think is the main thing.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well eloquent. Well, there's innings from you there. A round of applause for the coach guys. We hope also you get to like Uganda as a country. Forget the traffic early this morning. I know it took you more than an hour from where you're staying in Bogolovi to here. Hope you like the country, the tourism, the nightlife, our local dishes. So quickly, I'll give 5 minutes to the journalists for the Q&A. My journalists want to run away for another press conference because they also want to do one-on-ones and speak with you, some Swahili and the chairman and the board, some Uganda, some of our local dialects. Yeah. Any questions, members of the press? One-on-ones, you prefer one-on-ones? Yeah? Any questions? Yes, please go right ahead. Introduce yourself and where you work for future purposes, so the coach can familiarize with you when he sees your call.
What I've observed, my name is Kawowo, director of the Sports Nation. I have like 3. First, we go to the CEO, Mr. Martin Kuleko. And you were appointed technical staff is then to the coach, we have 2 years here. To be enough for you to make that one of these things.
Yeah, if I may start, yes.
According to Sports Nation, one of the websites, they say we had a Ugandan that applied, and that is Grace and applied for the same role, and Kenyans, including Nigeria. You didn't answer very well this question. Some of those that applied, are they going to do backroom staff or you're going to select? And then to the coach, you say 2 years, but you are finding a team that are already African champions, 2017. Which pressure does this bring to you since you're going to coach the African champions? Then to Mr. Goni, we are only having one federation, that is FOFA, that government is helping pay the national team head coach. Other 50 federations, you talked of that strategy, and we would love to know how far that strategy of National Council of Sports helping these federations pay coaches.
Thank you, Abel, if I may.
Things that we're trying to have is to have a structured, and these things take time, able, because the way I've noticed in government, things, they'll take their time. But we're having this discussion to have a sports policy, and then also within that, there will be a national rewards and recognition scheme. Because it's not only about the coaches, but it's also about the athletes that are receiving recognition and awards for representing Uganda. So all these things need to be streamlined. So right now, what we are having is 1 or 2 federations having national coaches paid for. Some of them might be foreign, some may be national. I won't get into that debate. That is, I think for me, the issue is getting the right person for the job, right man or woman for the job. And if in your cases you're lucky that you're able to get some support from your IF, even the better. I even know some clubs. I come from swimming. Swimming for a long time, we're among the first ones to have foreign coaches, but who are being paid for by the club. At one time, we had 3 foreign coaches in swimming. So to me, what we're trying to do, Ebo, is to have a discussion and say, can we have it as a uniform policy? If we agree that coaches, is it national coaches? Is it for all 51? Is it feasible? Or do we put in red? So these are things we're having a discussion so that it's put in place. But right now, it's under that sports policy and the national recognition and reward scheme. Because even for the athletes, it's a very big issue. Some were promised, the 5 million, the 3 million, the 1, they're not getting it. So I see you smiling. So Innocent is always on TV bashing us. But what I can just say, these things are being discussed, and hopefully we should be able to have a structured way of doing it, so there's predictability, so all federations can plan.
Just to sort of add to sort of Martin's response there as well. You mentioned a few individuals there who were in the forerunner for the role. A point that I would like to get across is not all great players make great coaches, and it's all about, and vice versa, not all great coaches make great players. And the sooner we sort of understand that concept, we can get away from asking, and purely on purpose, I did not answer the question about my playing experience, because that's not what I'm here for, right? I'm not here to play for Uganda or the Lady Cranes for that matter. So, my answer to that is, ask about my coaching experience. And to all credit to them, they've got great playing experiences, but it's about, and as the gentleman here said just now, it's about the experience of the individual. But to go to the question that you asked me, everyone in any organization, in any team, there's always room for improvement, no matter how high you get to. I mean, we look at sort of the #1 squad at the moment, and the ranking for the women is the Australian ladies, the Australian women's, and there's still loads of improvement that they need as well. So just because they're reigning champions or leading in the rankings does not mean that there's nothing left for them to do. There's always constant improvement that need to be done. Thank you.
All right, we'll drop this up. Unfair, yes, the this in the balance. Faith, please, introduce yourself, and then go on.
Good morning. My name is Faith here. I write for the New Vision. My question is for the coach, and it's very straightforward. How would you describe your coaching style, and what kind of impact will it leave on the Lady Cranes?
So can you repeat the second question?
This one, the second one.
What kind of impact will your coaching style leave on the Lady Cricket Cranes?
Okay. First of all, it's great to see a female reporter in the room, so well done for being here. The first question you mentioned about my coaching style.
Yes.
Yeah, about my coaching style. So for me, I'm quite my sort of coaching style is quite direct. It is very player-centered, so it's all about the player and the player's needs. I had a brief conversation with Davis this morning, saying there's no point me, sort of coming in with a plan already. I've got to literally see what's going on on the surface, and sort of then come up with a program, which is tailor-made to our lady female cricketers, before I plan anything. And today and tomorrow, possibly towards the end of the week, will give me a better idea of what I need to do. But yeah, I'm very player-centered. It's all about my players. I allow them to speak. Something which I'm big on is, the ratio in which I talk is basically 80-20, whereas I speak 20% and they speak 80%, because it's all about their understanding and what they want, and what they need to improve on. And then I'm there to facilitate their learning and create a positive learning environment. And that's one of my main impacts. So to go on to the next thing is to create a positive learning environment. It's not about fearing the coach. I've been in environments where players have feared the coach. However, it's actually about building that bond and trust with your players, so that they actually do approach you, because I'm that type of coach where I want you to come up to me and challenge me. If there's something which you think, I'm not too sure about that, coach, come and ask me, and ask me why, and I will have a reason why. I'm not just doing it to make myself look good, because it's not about me. It's all about the players. The hard work that the Lady Cranes have got to today is all because of their efforts and their sort of passion and performance. So, the impact, I definitely think will be very high. Coming from with experience where I've worked with many different cultures and different environments, and bringing that together, I think it will be very, very positive. So, thank you.
Thank you, guys. For other questions, let's keep them to the one-on-ones later. I know some of you guys need to go away at exactly 11. But with me is the most important piece of growth in the workforce and covered the Uganda Cricket Association. Many of the guys out there on the fields already, and it by putting in the hard miles on the field and getting selected. You'll get it easy because you're the new national coach and you need to look the part. And Mr. Kawowo, Chairman of the Association Bashir, please do the honors with the CEO's you can remove the chairs a bit. Let me open the chairs so you can stand back and the back group. Thank you, guys. Please touch the jersey. See the chairman, please. Take the jersey. Look at the cameras. You guys are live on TV. Smile for the cameras.
Masks on.
All right. You can remove the masks for a second. You can breathe in and move the masks for a second, please.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Sure?
Yeah, sure.
I don't want the media will say we're preaching SOP, so I don't want any risks.
Okay, cool.
Let's put it back on then.
Okay.
These guys will be the same ones to bash you.
Well done, Don. You can see you smiling through the glasses.
Yes, at Clive.
Whichever you want, guys. Any more photos, Chico?
Change.
There's nothing behind.
There's nothing behind. That's coming later.
If you missed him for the training session at Chambo later in the afternoon, maybe it's something you want to see behind.
You can hold it,
Okay, no problem.
treat me, yeah? I hope so. I hope so too. I hope they have your
Ladies
side.
and gentlemen, I think that's the end of the press conference. I've been your host, Innocent.
Thank you, Innocent.
Please engage in one-on-ones. Please don't go very fast down. Just go, Chairman. You need to speak some Uganda.
Let us say, well, this is cricket. The reference try to understand cricket.
Yeah.